Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at the new and improved rock water element batten. Yes, now you probably might remember what the water element batten is. It of course is one of the element battens that is up on the wall there. Now the water element batten, apparently I had to retire the batten due to it being old and worn. So typically what I've done is I pretty much brought a new batten and painted it and created a new water element batten. Now the old batten typically was one of these battens right here, just like the Gold Hawk here. It was typically one of these. Okay, now that batten I actually got from a garage sale, and apparently the lamp holders were broken. Okay, and typically, yeah, it was old. So it was really time to retire that batten and buy a fresh new batten. So here it is. And some of the parts that were on the old batten have been reused and transferred to this one. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this new batten. Alright, so this new batten is a Davis batten. Okay, now if you've seen the video of the of this batten over here, the double batten right here, this metal batten, this batten here is typically the single version of that. Okay, so this is the batten here. I brought this brand new out of the box, got it from the electrical store, cost me $30 for the batten. I actually had to buy two of these because I had to do the earth element batten as well, and I'll have a video of that coming up later. So this is the water element batten, so it cost me $60 altogether for both of these. Okay, so it wasn't really cheap, but it was worth it. So the parts that came from the old batten is the switch and the neon indicator. They've come over. The feet from the bottom, they've come back, and all of the ballast has also come back. The magnetic ballast. Okay, so that's typically all the parts that have come from the old batten to this new one. This batten was originally electronically ballasted. Davis do not use the magnetic ballast anymore. They've completely discontinued them, so I've converted this to magnetic just because it's more reliable for me. Another thing is this batten here, of course. You can see it's got the same kind of lamp holders as the double one. These type of battens come in single, double, and triple, these Davis battens. We've got some new labels, of course. We have the new labels, just like I showed you on all of the other battens. So we have element power, water batten. I couldn't do it all in the one spot because there wasn't enough room. We have the switch and the neon indicator, the blue neon indicator, of course. We have the port, which is a computer cable port. Okay, this one here only has just the power in. It doesn't have the power out like the double batten because it is just an element batten, as I don't think I'll be using this for camping or anything. And this one here actually does have the nut in the middle. On the double batten I found on the side of the road, this part here was missing. I couldn't find that, but because I brought this brand new, it came with it. Here we have the new water symbol, of course. Okay, on the old batten, the water symbol was just that water drop that I had in the middle there, and also the paint on the old batten wasn't really good either. So typically, yeah, this is a complete refurbishment. And you might notice there is a bit of that there. It's because that was some of the paint leaked underneath the masking tape, apparently. And of course there is no holes in it because this one here had the port straight away. So this was the new standard. Okay, so on the side there is no marks or anything because there's never been any cable holders. Oh, these two screws you see here, that is for the starter receptacle. So the starter is actually inside the batten because they use electronic, they no longer have holes in the plates anymore. Okay, so the starter is actually hidden inside the batten and it sits up inside there like that. So to actually replace that, you actually have to take the plate off and then you can put a new starter in. Okay, so it's hidden up inside. I couldn't stand it up vertically like I did with these because apparently it was a little bit too high, so the plate wouldn't actually go back on. So I had to mount it to the side of the batten to actually install it. With that double batten there, I might even convert that to a sept fluorescent, but it's currently set up now for LED only. The tube I have in there, of course, is the same tube from the old batten, the blue tube. There was nothing wrong with that, so I brought that over. Okay, I'm still trying to get LED tubes in different colours. If anyone out there can help me source colour LED tubes, please leave a comment of it and tell me of whereabouts in Australia I can find them. So we'll take a look at the back of the batten. So here's the back. Okay. These are the feet that I told you about earlier. These came off the old batten. As you can see, this one's a bit green. That's because and now that Velcro strip, of course, is for the wall mount right here. And of course we got the part for me to put the safety chain on. That's a heavy duty steel lock there that allows me to put the safety chain on if I want to have it up on the wall. And we got some screws. The ballast is there, and switch is there, so I had to put the ballast a bit over so the switch could fit, and it fits only just. Terminal block is right there, of course. Alright, so I guess you probably might want to see the new water element batten turned on. Okay, so we are going to fire it up. So here we go. Yep, that's better. And of course, with the old water element batten, I sometimes actually had to, grab the tube and rotate it to help it come on. But not now. I don't have to do that anymore because we've got a fresh new batten. So there's no more doing that now. So that problem has been well and truly fixed. And we got a blue lamp in there and it goes good with it. Okay, and I actually do like the sounds you hear. So let's do that again. Here we go. You hear that noise? And that's a pretty good noise it makes, doesn't it, for a preheat system? So there you go. So that there is the new water element batten with its nice new body, okay, and its nice shiny paint. So this thing will last for years. Made by Davis, made in Australia, of course, which is good to see. Davis make a good batten. It's the way to go. So do Thomas and Betts and Legrand. So they make good battens, and they are identical. Thomas and Betts, Davis and Legrand are very identical battens. The difference typically is just the branding. So they're all identical in shape and look. So that's typically it. So that is my new water element batten. So I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and that'll be it.